Right, so what are we talking about? You know what? Let's talk about Virgin Island. Yeah, that's a show I've been watching recently, and I've only watched episode one. So if you've been watching the other episodes, then I'd like to know your thoughts on it as well. But when I was watching episode one, loads of thoughts are coming into my mind. So I'm just going to talk about them. Firstly, I think one of the reasons why people are like hopping around sex, if that's the correct terminology to use, is because of religion. And for me, religion causes shame around sex. Like, I'm from a conservative family who believes in no sex until marriage, which is something I can get behind. But at the same time, if you're thinking about it from a non-religious aspect, then then that's then that's something you just don't believe in, not having not having sex until marriage. But and that's and this whole no sex until marriage, that's where some of the shame around sex stems from. Like when I was when I was growing up, we rarely ever talked about sex, and not that I learned about sex through porn, by the way, because I didn't. But I, for me, yeah, we rarely ever talked about sex, so that's for that. There were some scenes of the show which just made me feel like uneasy. Like, for instance, there was this woman who was making out with Zach, and I just thought to myself that I'd hate to be in a situation like making out with a random woman who I don't even know. Like, ugh, you know what? You know what I mean? Like, I would not like to be in that situation. I would not make out with any woman I have no interest in. Like, I'm just thinking about it right now, and it's just making me feel really weird, honestly. Like, imagine making out with someone of the opposite sex or with the same sex if you're into that type of thing, and you have no interest in forming some kind of relationship with that person. It just boggles the mind, really, honestly. But I think, looking at that, it's just like, nah, not for me, not for me. I mean, for me, I'm old school when it comes to sex. Like no sex until marriage, because that's something that's been taught to me for years, and it's something I believe in to this day. And yes, I could form my own opinions, but I like that no sex before marriage thing. But if you don't believe in that, then that's you. And I'm not saying you're wrong for not believing in no sex before marriage. I mean, if you want to have sex before marriage, then by all means do so. But for me, I'm a bit more old school, so yeah. I mean, looking at that show, it kind of reminded me of a more mature version of Sex House. Now, if you watch Sex House from the Onion, say over 10 years ago, now you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just thinking about Sex House right now. I'm just looking at the show, thinking, "Wow, what a show that was!" And I like I like that Sex House show because it took the mick out of reality TV tropes that we see. But if you haven't watched Sex House, go watch it or not. I don't really care what you do. But anyway, yeah, the one part that reminded me of Sex House was when Zach was forming a sexual relationship with one of the therapists, I think, or something like that. And it reminded me of when this old guy was having sex with someone else in Sex House. So that scene with Zach reminded me of Sex House. Uh, Seriously, go watch it. Go watch Sex House. It's actually quite funny. Yeah, one thing I liked about that show was when the I'm not going to call them contestants because it's not that type of show, but when the guests were talking about their fantasies, some of them got really sexual with it. But one person who I liked is Emma. Now, Emma comes across as a vulnerable type of person, and when she was when she was sharing her fantasy, it had no sex in it whatsoever. And thinking about that's something I liked. Like, some people just got sexual and immature, but Emma was different. I mean, she was saying that she was talking about someone who values her and someone who wants to be honest. Like, that's one thing I liked about I liked about that show, when Emma was sharing what her fantasy would be. Like, it was clean and honest, and that's what I like. No immaturity about it whatsoever. I mean, thinking about this show took me back to my school times, my secondary school times, when there was this rush to lose your virginity just to be cool. And I just thought to myself, okay, let's suppose losing your virginity is the ultimate goal in life. Then what? You know what I mean? Like, going back to my teenage years, I didn't understand this rush to lose your virginity. Like, why? I really couldn't get my head around it, you know. And I can't be the only one who was just confused by it all. Like, like, if you're around my age, or mid to late 20s, or if you're in your early 20s, then I'd like to know what you think about your secondary years and this rush to lose your virginity, because I didn't get it then, and I'm knocking on door my 30s, and looking back at it, I still don't get it now. So yeah, I just think to myself that for me, sex shouldn't be the ultimate goal in life, because once you've had sex, then what? You know what I mean? There's still so much more to achieve in life than just sex. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. But one thing I don't want to do in this video is to turn it preachy, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't said other things I've wanted to say in this video. But yeah, Virgin Island. What are your thoughts on the show? For me, I've already watched episode 1, and I'll be watching episode 2 soon. So I might do a second part to this. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Virgin Island, if you've watched episode 2, or whether you've watched all the episodes? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Who's your favourite character? Which character do you like the least? What are your thoughts on the show as a whole? Let me know what you think. Yeah, so this has just come to mind. One thing I like about this show is that I think it's refreshing that people are in their like early 20s, like basically they've been born in the social media era, and not one of them has described themselves as an influencer. Like, I think that's really refreshing, because you go these type of shows sometimes. There'll be someone born in the late 90s, early 2000s coming on, and they say they're an influencer. Like, come on. Like, this whole influencer thing, it was funny 10 years ago, but now, like, we're just sick of it. And one more thing. As someone who's nearly 30, I just find it surprising that there are people who are like in their early 20s born in the 2000s. Sorry, I'm just finding it very hard to process that. We have people born in the 2000s in their 20s. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. No! No, 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 no.